Normal run, clear road, freight you have hauled 100 times. Then you catch a wet streak in the mirror behind the trailer. You pull over, walk back, and your stomach drops. Product is leaking from the tank. In that moment, you may be standing at the start of a cleanup that costs more than your truck, your trailer, and the load combined. Most spills do not start with a crash. They start small. A valve not seated right, a gasket that gave out, a drum that shifted and split a seam. By the time you see it, product has already touched the ground. The law does not measure how careful you felt. It measures what was released, where it went, and who was responsible for moving it. Under the Federal Cleanup Law, CERCLA, a company that transports a hazardous substance can be named a potentially responsible party. That liability is strict, so fault is often beside the point. It can be joint and several, so one party can be pursued for the entire cost. You do not have to be the one who made the mistake for the bill to land on you. What you do next matters. The Hazardous Materials Regulations, 49 CFR Part 171, require fast notice. The person in physical possession must call the National Response Center as soon as practical, no later than 12 hours, when there is a death, a hospitalization, major damage, an evacuation, or a closed roadway. The number is 1-800-424-8802. That call feels like the hardest part. It is the right part. The driver who reports fast, keeps people back, and lets responders work is the one who kept a bad day from becoming a catastrophe. Panic and silence make spills worse. The professionals make the call anyway, the moment it is needed. The call is only the start of the paper trail. Under 49 CFR 171.116, a Written Incident Report, DOT, Form 5800.1, is filed with PHMSA, generally within 30 days. It documents the material, the quantity, the cause, and the response. What it describes can follow your company for years, so treat it honestly. Then the real number arrives, not as a citation, but as an invoice. Emergency response, contaminated soil hauled away, groundwater testing and treatment, disposal of the material itself. A single release can run well into 6 figures, and serious events climb into 7. The cleanup does not care what the load paid, only what it takes to make the ground and water safe again. The good news is real. Almost every catastrophic spill traces back to something ordinary that could have been caught. The right packaging for the product, placards that match the tank, a driver trained to spot a leak early, Hazmat training under 49, CFR 72. Subpart H is not a box you check once. The cheapest cleanup by far is the one that never happens. Now the insurance reality. The MCS 90 endorsement guarantees the public gets paid for bodily injury, property damage, and environmental restoration, with federal minimums from $1 million to $5 million depending on what you haul. But read it closely. The MCS 90 protects the public, not you. If the insurer pays on a loss your policy excludes, it can recover that money back from your company. So pull it together before the seam fails. Know the 12-hour window and the National Response Center number. File the written report honestly. Keep training and placarding tight on every load. Confirm you carry real environmental coverage, not just the federal endorsement. This is general information, not legal advice, so check your own policy and the current rules. And before you book that next hazmat load, know exactly who you are working with. A 2-minute check on the broker and the carrier can save you from a problem that never had to be yours. Look them up first.